Hi, I'm Mark Caesar with Ed Clements and Sergeant Sam. Welcome to the KLBJ Vodcast. All right, guys, can Joe the plumber save John McCain and turn the thing to his victory?
I think he's done a really good job so far of really helping John McCain because the media is going after him like Johnny Be Good. And
going after who?
Joe the plumber.
Joe the plumber.
Okay, all right.
They are going after him for everything he's worth, just like they went after Palin.
Now, why would they do that, Sam?
Because they want to discredit him. They want to show that maybe he's not a credible individual that knows what he's talking about. Because what he's doing, Joe the plumber, is John Q. citizen that is very worried and should be very worried about how much money Congress has been spending hand over fist because of their lack of oversight and their cause of this whole cotton picking problem.
Well, I think John McCain can score big points if he just would take out that snippet where Barack Obama says, I want to spread out the wealth. Spread the wealth out. And that, again, is another difference between these two candidates. One's a tax guy. One's I don't know what John McCain is some of the times, but that is a difference between John McCain and Barack Obama. I don't think John McCain wants to spread the wealth around that way, and I think he should utilize that cut from Joe the plumber.
We're assuming, though, that a majority of Americans get upset over the idea of Barack Obama spreading and sharing the wealth.
That's a good point, Mark, because so many people...
We may be in a day and time when a majority of Americans say, hey, that sounds good.
Give me a handout.
Well, it's getting more and more, and that's really the dilemma that we face on a yearly basis. It increases. More and more people are paying less and less taxes, and the upper end of the spectrum is sharing more of the load. So you're going to have the haves paying all the taxes and the have-nots using all the services.
Yeah.
And once it gets to 50%, the people that worked hard all their life to earn what they've got are going to be in a real bad, sad state of affairs.
It's not a good situation.
No.
I think the country's in the... This is the worst calamity. You're a little older, Sam. The worst thing I've ever seen with this country.
Well, I didn't go through the Great Depression, but I grew up from parents that did.
Yeah.
And it left an absolute scar. And we have what the real dilemma we have is an entire population that's never had adversity. They've had everything fed to them on a silver spoon. Either the government gave it to them or their parents gave it to them. And we've got an entire generation that's spoiled rotten. And if adversity really does hit, there is going to be some calamity, I promise you, because they're not going to know how to handle it.
Do you think, Sam, that McCain knows how to capitalize on Obama when he really did reveal his true philosophy and thinking when he said, I want to share the wealth? Do you think McCain knows how to capitalize on that and connect with most Americans?
If he can get enough money in order to get the word out. Obama's outspending him 7-1, 3-1, depending on where he's at. And I think Obama's on tap for this month for $100 million more. That's the way it's looking he's going to get. And McCain's not drawing in that kind of money. And money is what it takes to get the word out.
And they even moved a World Series back game about 15 minutes for Barack Obama's speech that he bought on Fox. Yeah. That shows how much money he has. I just don't think McCain's run a good campaign because he has not been able to tell the American people the differences between he and Barack.
Well,
on the big issues.
Do you really think the undecided are going to take their time and prime time and watch just where it's Barack saying stuff which is totally one-sided? Do you think they're really going to take their time to watch that?
I doubt
it. I think the Barack supporters are going to watch it and go, yay, this is great. But I think it's wasted money as far as Barack is concerned because he needs to catch people in their living rooms watching something. Boom, there's a commercial they see and not 30 minutes of a diatribe of what I'm all about.
The polls are all over the map right now. The New York Times CBS poll came out this week. Obama's up 14. The Gallup daily tracking poll of likely voters is out this morning, and Obama is up by 2. Are you guys looking at certain polls? What polls do you believe? What do you make of all of this?
I don't believe any of them until a week before the election. That's when it's going to tighten up. They're going to start asking the right questions because every polling places, everyone that does polls is going to want to be right on this election. And I think who was it that was right last time? Only one got it right, and that goes a long way in who hires you next year.
Well, I think the one that's been the most accurate is Investors Business Daily and their daily tracking poll.
Yeah.
But
I think right now Barack Obama's ahead, but as we've talked about for weeks, it's a roller coaster ride. Just at the time when you think that Barack Obama is unbeatable, bam, here came McCain with Sarah Palin.
Yep.
Just when you thought that Barack was in the doldrums and McCain was going, boom, economy got bad, here comes Barack. So I don't think this roller coaster ride is over yet.
Well, smarter people than me have said that they thought Barack peaked too soon. It's easier to get to the top than it is to stay there. And all it takes is another Joe Plummer or something like that to really solidify what McCain's trying to get across, and you'll watch him with a big bounce.
Politico.com is doing polling in specific counties in battleground states. Pennsylvania, Ohio, Virginia, Missouri, those key states that will decide this election. And in all 4 of these suburban counties, Obama now has a lead, and in some cases a strong lead. And they said it's because he's winning the independents, and he's winning among people 30 to 44. And they say those people 30 to 44 are very, very angry about what's happening in the country.
Yeah, it's what I alluded to a while ago. They're very spoiled. They've been raised with everything, and there's a certain amount of those individuals in these urban areas that look at the government for everything they're going to get. Well, of course,
Sam, I
scared.
disagree. I think those people in those are pretty affluent areas you're talking
These
about.
are suburbs.
Suburbs.
Not urban,
I think,
suburbs.
I think they're mad as hell at Republicans. They should be mad as hell at Congress, but I think the brunt of the blame is going to George Bush and those who've been in the White House for 8 years. Period.
That's insane. What they should
Well,
be
it's
doing.
not really insane, but
No.
there's equal share of the problems we have in this country between Congress and the White House.
They need to be looking at Congress totally, because one person in the White House, if he doesn't have the vote in Congress, he can't
But
do
Sam,
squat.
George Bush is a friend of mine, but I think there could have been more things done. Treasury, if they knew about this calamity that we're in now, they knew about it for years. Why didn't they do something? Why have we taken this long? Why do we get to the panic stage where they had 3 days to pass it?
It's just that's the way Congress operates. They put everything off to the next session.
But this wasn't Congress. This was the Treasury. So I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
Because then it will reflect bad on the Republicans.
Right. I know what you're saying. It's equal share. And the Democrats on this Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, they really dropped the ball.
We just need to vote them all out then.
Congratulations. There we have it, sports fans.
Total agreement.
We're all out.
The answer to all of our problems right there. Join us on the radio every weekday morning, 5:30 to 10, as we talk about the latest developments in this race to the White House with Mark, Ed, and Sergeant Sam on KLBJ.